it's Melanie. Guess what I have for you? It's another book outlet haul, so stay tuned. So yes, I have yet another book outlet haul for you. So let's just jump right in. So the first thing is my receipt here, and then we have the paper. The paper. Okay, so there's some little books in here. I'm guessing I got pocket books, the little pocket books on some of them, without realizing I did that. I think that some of these books were actually books that I got recommended by, I think, a Video Books and Lala did. I think so. And maybe something that somebody else told me about as well. Okay, so the first book we have here, and I think this is one of them that Books and Lala said in her video, is Where We Belong by Emily Griffin. And this is a modern day Jane Austen. It's about a 36-year-old woman named Marion Caldwell, and she is a TV producer living her dream in New York City when all of a sudden there's a knock at her door, and it is 18-year-old Kirby Rose, who instantly resurrects memories of a young, passionate love affair that Marion had many years ago, and thought she had sealed off this part of her life, and well, now it's here on her doorstep. And that's what this is about. And this was $2.69. So the next book in my box is The Mirror King, which is book 2 in the Orphan Queen novel by Jodi Meadows. And it's a super floppy paperback. Fine. So I actually already have the first book, so I grabbed that off my shelf so I could tell you about it. So here is The Orphan Queen by Jodi Meadows. And this says, a princess, a spy, a threat. When the Indigo Kingdom conquered her homeland, Princess Wilhelmina and other orphan children of nobility were taken to Skyvale, the Indigo Kingdom's capital. 10 years later, they were the Ospreys, experts at stealth and theft. With them, Wilhelmina means to take back her throne. But Wraith, a toxic byproduct of magic, pours across the continent, reshaping the land and animals into fresh horrors. Soon it will reach the Indigo Kingdom. Wilhelmina's ability to perform magic might be the key to stopping the Wraith, but if the vigilante Black Knife discovers Will's magic, she will vanish like all the others. And there's a blurb that says, a powerful coming-of-age story by Publishers Weekly. And it's also a super floppy paperback, which I just love that so much. They're just so fun. And this book was $3.19. Next is a book that I got for Xander, and it is Halo New Blood by Matt Forbeck. This is very much a Xander kind of book here. I think he'll enjoy it a lot. Nothing I would actually read myself, but it says, while Spartans get all the glory, no soldier, not even the legendary Master Chief, wins a war on his own. Gunnery Sergeant Edward Buck and his team of orbital drop shock troopers, ODSTs, play a major role in saving Earth from all-out invasion at the end of the Covenant War. Acts of bravery and ingenuity that did not go unnoticed by the United Nations Space Command. Now, after many Spartans have been killed in battle and the Master Chief is listed as MIA, the UNSC decides to create a new generation of Spartans to defend humanity from threats both outside and within. When they come to Buck with an extraordinary proposition, he is forced to make a life-altering decision. With the Covenant War finally over, is it time for him to retire to the sidelines for a life he could only dream about? Or is he prepared to step up and become part of the military's new blood? And I think Xander will enjoy this. And this book was $3.19. Next we have Hard as It Gets by Laura Kay. And this is just a hot, steamy romance. It says, 5 dishonored soldiers, former special forces, one last mission. These are the men of hard ink. Trouble just walked into Nicholas Rixey's tattoo parlor. Becca Merritt is warm, sexy, wholesome, pure temptation to a very jaded Nick. He's left his military life behind to become co-owner of Hard Ink Tattoo, but Becca is his ex-commander's daughter. Loyalty won't let him turn her away. Lust has plenty to do with it too. With her brother presumed kidnapped, Becca needs Nick. She just wasn't expecting to want him so much. As their investigation turns into all-out war with an organized crime ring, only Nick can protect her, and only Becca can heal the scars no one else sees. Desire is the easy part. Love is as hard as it gets. Good thing Nick is always up for a challenge. Okay, so maybe it's not just a steamy romance, but I'm sure there's quite a bit of that in here as well. And this was $1.79. Okay, so the next 2 books here are the first 2 books in the New Soul series by Jody Meadows. We have Incarnate and Asunder. And aren't these covers just beautiful? I think they're so pretty. And this is the second book. Incarnate is the first. And this is about... Okay, so they live in a world where for thousands of years, the souls have just reincarnated over and over again, and they keep their memories and experiences from their previous lives. And then one day, Anna's born. And when she's born, one of these souls that is reincarnated for thousands of years disappears. And that's never happened before. So she's got to figure out what mistake was made, how she got somebody else's life, something like that. And dragons and other things start attacking the city, and people believe that she is to blame for this because essentially she's taken this soul. So it sounded really interesting, and the covers I think are just gorgeous. So this book was $4.29 and Asunder is $3.19. Next up is another book for Xander, and that is Halo: The Fall of Reach, the definitive edition by Eric Nyland. And this says, legends are not simply born, they are willed into existence. Humanity has expanded beyond the Sol system. There are hundreds of planets we now call home. The United Nations Space Command now struggles to control this vast empire. After exhausting all strategies to keep seething insurrections from exploding into interplanetary civil war, the UNSC has one last hope. As the Office of Naval Intelligence, Dr. Catherine Halsey has been hard at work on a top-secret program that could bring an end to all this conflict. And it starts with 75 children, among them a 6-year-old boy named Jon. Halsey never guessed that this little boy would become humanity's final hope against a vast alien force hell-bent on wiping us out. This is the story of Jon, Spartan 117, the Master Chief, and the battles that brought humanity face to face with its possible extinction. And it says it contains 27 bonus pages of new content from 343 industries. Oh, I think that's like the company, 343 Industries. Xander will enjoy this as well, though it is quite large. I was expecting it to be small like the other one. Okay, next up is Asylum by Madeline Rowe. And I've seen this a lot, and I've been kind of interested, but I didn't want to go and get the whole series because I really wanted to try out this first one and kind of see if I liked it before getting all the rest of them. But ooh, it's a nice floppy paperback as well. And there's a blurb by Heather Brewer that says, dark, twisted magnificence, brilliant. So this says, once you get in, there's no getting out. For 16-year-old Dan Crawford, the New Hampshire college prep program is the chance of a lifetime. Except when Dan arrives, he finds that the usual summer housing has been closed, forcing students to stay in the crumbling Brookline dorm, formerly a psychiatric hospital. As Dan and his new friends, Abby and Jordan, start exploring Brookline's twisty halls and hidden basement, they uncover disturbing secrets about what really went on here. Secrets that link Dan and his friends to the asylum's dark past. Because it turns out Brookline was no ordinary psych ward, and there are some secrets that refuse to stay buried. Featuring haunting found photographs from real asylums, this mind-bending reading experience blurs the lines between past and present, friendship and obsession, genius and insanity. And don't miss the spine-tingling sequel, Sanctum. And it does sound really, really good. I'm really hoping that I enjoy this. This was $4.79. Next up is They All Fall Down by Roxanne St. Clair, and I believe this is another book that Books and Lala had mentioned in her video and that she enjoyed. Looks like this. So this is about a list of the top 10 hottest girls in the school. And Mackenzie, our main character, is on the list. She's number 5 on the list, and all of a sudden her life just opens up to party invites and the cute boys noticing her and just all of these amazing, wonderful things for her. But then the girls on the list start dying one at a time in the order. And Mackenzie's freaking out because she's number 5 on the list. And, well, she's got to figure out what's going on before they get to her. I thought it sounded like a fun read. And, I mean, if Books and Lala liked it, I'm probably going to like it too. So, I trust her tastes. And this was only $1.19. Next up is The Bargaining by Carly Ann West. It says, the Northwoods are calling. The fact that neither of her parents wants to deal with her is nothing new to Penny. She's used to being discussed as a problem, one her mother has finally passed on to her father. What she hasn't gotten used to is April, her stepmother. Especially when Penny finds out that she'll have to spend the summer with April in the remote woods of Washington to restore an old, broken-down house. Set deep in a dense forest, the Carver house is filled with abandoned furniture, rich architectural details, and a chilling past. The only respite Penny can find from renovations is in Miller, the young guy who runs the local general store. He's her only chance at a normal and enjoyable summer. But Miller has his own connection to the Carver house, and it goes beyond the mysterious tapping at windows, the handprints smudging the glass panels, and the visions of children calling Penny into the dark woods. Miller's past just might threaten to become the terror of Penny's future. Ooh. It also sounds super creepy. And there's a little thing on the back here. It says, also by Carly Ann West, is The Murmurings, which has the same kind of cover vibe this one does. But this sounds super creepy and really good, and yeah. And this one was only $1.29. And the last book in my box is Room by Emma Donahue. And this says, to 5-year-old Jack, room is the world. It is where he was born. It's where he and Ma eat and sleep and play and learn. There are endless wonders to let loose Jack's imagination. The snake under bed that he constructs out of eggshells, the imaginary world projected through the TV, the coziness of wardrobe beneath Ma's clothes, where she tucks him in safely at night, in case old Nick comes. Room is home to Jack, but to Ma, it's the prison where she's been held since she was 19, for 7 long years. Through her fierce love for her son, she has created a life for him in that 11 by 11 foot space. But Jack's curiosity is building alongside Ma's own desperation, and she knows that room cannot contain either indefinitely. Told in the inventive, funny, and poignant voice of Jack, Room is a celebration of resilience and a powerful story of a mother and son whose love lets them survive the impossible. And I have heard nothing but good things about this book, so I'm really, really looking forward to it. Ooh, and it is white with this red font. Beautiful. I'm looking forward to reading this one. Well, I'm looking forward to reading all of them, but... And it says this one was shortlisted for the 2010 Man Booker Prize. And it was the Roger Writers Trust Fiction Prize winner. And this was $6.39. Okay, so let's see. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11. So to sum this up, I got all 11 books, and the subtotal for those 11 books was $36.29. And then I used $20 in rewards, so I got it for $16.29. So that's pretty awesome. And you really can't beat their rewards program. It is amazing. And if you haven't ordered from Book Outlet before, I always include a link down in the description where you can click and get $10 off your first order of $25 or more. So you should definitely check that out. Have y'all read any of these books? If so, comment down below and let me know what you thought of them. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a big thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos like this, click that subscribe button down below. And until next time,